Another big announcement by IRCC for spouses of temporary foreign workers. IRCC delivered yet another update continuing on its mandate to reduce the number of temporary residents in Canada and to further restrict Canadian immigration. This was the much anticipated change in the Spousal Open Work Permit program. Over the past year, we had seen numerous big changes in the Spousal Open Work Permit program for the spouses of international students. And we were awaiting changes for the spouses of foreign workers, temporary foreign workers, and now that day has come, they have made that announcement. What was the announcement? Who all will be impacted by this announcement, and what to expect going forth, and how to ensure you can protect yourself or position yourself to combat with these upcoming changes. We'll talk about all of this in this video, so stay tuned until the end. Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Roop. I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. At our firm Effizient, we assist all prospective immigrants with their immigration to Canada. If you are an aspirant, if you need assistance, here is our contact information. Feel free to contact us. We would be happy to assist you. In case you would like to discuss your case with me personally, the link to book an appointment with me is in the description of this video. I'd be happy to chat with you and we can discuss about your case. Now guys, any appointment you book with our firm, we are there for you for the entire duration of the appointment. There is no restriction as to kind of information we give out. Whatever you ask for in that time slot, we would help you in the best possible way and give you the answer to your question. Now, before we go into detail with regards to the changes for SOWP, let's quickly answer the comment of the week. Now, this is a question related to express entry experience, and it's a very good question, very practical question. The question is, I have completed 8 months of co-op as a part of my 2-year program in healthcare. By adding 4 more months of Canadian experience, can I claim 1-year experience, 8-month co-op before graduation plus 4 months after PGWP for express entry? Excellent question, amazing question, and the answer is as follows. If you completed this experience in Canada while being a full-time student, you won't be able to claim points for that 8 months. The CRS calculator would not allow you to get any extra points for that experience. IRCC does not award points for work experience as a student in Canada. If this was work experience outside Canada while you were a student, it would work, but you won't get any points for work experience inside Canada. I hope this helps. All right, guys. So coming back to the announcement on January 14th, 2025, IRCC posted an update with regards to the Spousal Open Work Permit, announcing further changes to restrict the Spousal Open Work Permit program. Now here on the screen, you can see the news update from IRCC, which says changes to open work permit for family members of temporary residents. So guys, essentially the background is that the government wants to strengthen the integrity and quality of the temporary resident program, and now they are doing further restrictions. Now guys, as part of this announcement, the important thing is these changes that they're announcing come into effect on January 21st, 2025. That's the day when these new changes will come into effect. Now, the work permit for the spouses of foreign workers or international students will be limited to the spouses of international students. So, in case of international students, for the folks who are enrolled in a master's program, that is 16 months or longer. So, if you are an international student who is enrolled in a master's program and that too has to be 16 months or longer, only then your spouse will be eligible for a spousal open work permit. Or they have to be enrolled in a doctoral program or in select professional and eligible programs. And here we can see the detail of those programs. These are the select professional programs: Bachelor of Nursing, Bachelor of Nursing Science, Bachelor of Education, and Bachelors of Engineering. These are the programs that will allow a spousal open work permit, either a master's program of 16 months or longer or a doctoral program. the second important update. Now guys, this update is more important because a few years ago, IRCC used to first only allow spousal open work permits for folks who were in NOC 0A or B, or in today's world, it's tier 0, 1, 2 or 3. If your spouse was working in tier 0, 1, 2 or 3, then they could sponsor you as the principal applicant for a spousal open work permit. After that, IRCC said that, you know what, we are going to allow everyone. So if the spouse is working in tier 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5, or NOC 0A, B, C, D, whatever the job is, they would be able to sponsor their spouse for a spousal open work permit. Now, IRCC is not only going back to the old system, but they're further restricting it. And here is how. Now they're saying that in the blanket way, only tier 0 and 1 would be eligible for the SOWP. So if the spouse is working in tier 0 or 1, the spouse in Canada who is on a work permit is working on in tier 0 or 1, only then they would be able to sponsor their spouse, or they would have to be doing select tier 2 or 3 occupations. Now before, earlier, you could be working in any tier 2 or 3 occupation and would be able to sponsor your spouse for a SOWP. Now they're saying that, you know what, it has to be select tier 2 or 3 occupations that are in the sector with labor shortages that are linked to the government priorities. And these occupations, these include occupations as natural and applied sciences, construction, healthcare, natural resources, education, sports, and military. And the full list would be available on January the 21st, 2025, the day when these changes come into effect. Another important thing, guys, is that the foreign worker who is the sponsor needs to have at least 16 months of work permit remaining at the time when SOWP is applied. Dependent children of foreign workers will no longer be eligible. Another important thing. So only spouse will be eligible. The children won't be eligible for any work permits. Now guys, the 16 month, this used to be 6 months before. The work permit used to be only valid, needed to be valid for 6 months when you apply for your spousal open work permit, and they would issue it. Now it has to be 16 months. That's 1 year and 4 months. So this is a drastic change that they're announcing. Now they say that open work permits that were approved before these measures came into place and have not expired will remain valid. And in cases where you need more time to complete program, or family received a shorter work permit than the principal applicant, they can apply to renew, and they need to meet the same conditions as before when they applied for the first time. Now guys, this is overall summary of the changes. Now what does this mean? First of all, a master's program for 8 months no longer eligible for SOWP. Second big takeaway is if your PGWP is, for example, for 1 year, you won't be able to apply for SOWP for your spouse. Third is the occupational restrictions. Tier 0 or 1, you could apply for SOWP for your spouse, but if you're working in tier 2 or 3, then you have to fall within select occupations. Now, what are these occupations that may be included? Healthcare, probably any occupation in healthcare, probably engineers or STEM occupations may be included, and we may have occupations in resources, education, sport, military. Now the exact list we would know coming January 21st, but at this point we can only speculate, and these are certain occupations, you know, that will most likely be included. Now guys, what can you do in such a situation? Well, if you are eligible and you're looking to apply for SOWP and you think you won't be eligible under the new changes, then you have until the 21st. You need to apply for an SOWP before the 21st, before these new changes take effect. Now, a lot of the folks have their spouses who have applied for their work permits, for postgraduate work permits, and they ask, how can we apply while the PGWP for my spouse is not approved. Well, you can use this submission confirmation and the application number for your application, and hopefully IRCC will first approve your spouse's, say, PGWP, and then they will look at your spousal open work permit and approve that. Now guys, with this announcement, this was the last or sort of a very anticipated step that IRCC uh, would have taken with regards to the spousal open work permits. Now they have restricted the international student permits and also the foreign worker permits. And with regards to the temporary residents, I believe, or I think this may be their last step in order to restrict the number of temporary residents. We can't say for sure, we'll only see in the future what it entails. But so far, we have this information, and this is what we can use to best prepare ourselves for the future. That's it for this video, guys. If you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you are notified about any new video that we upload. If you think the information in this video would be helpful for someone you know, a friend, a relative, family member, and you think that whatever we've talked about with regards to the IRCC's update and distilling into what it means would be useful for them, don't forget to share this video. It means a lot to us. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.